Hello, Eagles fans. This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. The Philadelphia Eagles decided to waive Eric Wilson, the linebacker that we picked up in free agency in the offseason, who spent most of his time with the Minnesota Vikings. Now, what does this mean for the team going forward? It means Davion Taylor will be poised to pick up that slack, and the lane is opening up for him to really show what he has and really build on the game he had against the Detroit Lions. When you think about the situation from the Eric Wilson perspective, he has not truly been a productive member of this team. He has time and time again been a liability to the linebacker core and to the defense in general. He hasn't shown the ability to run downhill and run defense. He hasn't shown the ability uh, to be sharp in pass coverage. If you take away that interception against Pat Mahomes, what did he really do productive for this team? It just seemed like he was always lost. It just seemed like he wasn't able to secure a tackle. So when the Detroit Lions matchup came, he was a healthy scratch. He was in plain clothes on the sideline, and his snap count was drastically decreasing week by week. And it was only a matter of time before this team started writing on the wall. So they ultimately decided to waive him instead of releasing him. Now, he signed a 1 year deal with us worth 2,750,000, 2.75 million in April. Now, if he had been let go by the team prior to the trade deadline, he would have been technically designated as a release. But because he was released post trade deadline, uh, it's considered him being waived. Uh, and also, because he has at least 4 NFL seasons, he's being labeled as waived as well. So that means if he's picked up by another team, the Philadelphia Eagles can potentially be off the hook for their 2 points for that full $2.75 million contract. Now, the odds of him being picked up by another team, I don't know, man. It's one of those things. Like, he just hasn't really been a productive football player this season, and maybe another team can get the most out of him. But it just seemed as though he wasn't able to grasp what we needed him to do. So Davion Taylor comes in, and he had a really good game alongside T.J. Edwards and Jannard Avery. And on top of that, Alex Singleton was used in spurts and bursts. So I think that works a lot better for Alex Singleton. He's not the most athletic or the biggest linebacker, but he does fly to the ball, but it always seems like he's flying to the ball after the fact instead of running downhill and run defense. T.J. Edwards had an amazing game against the Detroit Lions, and Davion Taylor followed suit. Now, granted, it's the Detroit Lions. It's not much to really hang your hat on against a team like that who's rebuilding, and and they don't really have much talent talent in general. So you have to sort of curb your expectations when you think about it from that perspective. But I'm actually really excited for Davion Taylor and what he and his opportunity, because Davion Taylor was drafted in the third round, and he he was a late bloomer when it came to the game. I believe he was a Jehovah's Witness, and his parents didn't allow him to play football on Sundays. He wasn't allowed to play because the games were always on Sundays, and that was when they had to go to church. So uh, when he turned 18, his parents finally allowed him to play football, and he ended up playing football at a community college. Then he transferred to the University of Colorado in Boulder. So again, I'm really excited for Davion Taylor. This is a really big opportunity for him. He's actually, in my humble opinion, our most athletic linebacker. He's our fastest linebacker, and he has enough speed to be able to keep up with guys in coverage. And on top of that, enough speed to cover ground. I'm running from sideline to sideline. So again, I'm looking forward to what Davion Taylor is going to bring to the table. Again, he was a late bloomer, and he still has a lot to learn. He's a very raw player when it comes to the game. But I feel that if he's nurtured properly, if he's coached properly, you can really get the most out of Davion Taylor and really use his athleticism to the team's advantage. And I'll leave it at that. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II, and you guys were locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly Eagles fly.